Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744, and today, guys, we're discussing about Real Madrid. So, Real Madrid have officially hired Xabi Alonso as a coach, and Carlo Ancelotti is set to leave. But before we discuss about Xabi Alonso, though, I think it's only right that we start with Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti, man, what a coach he's been. He's won 5 Champions Leagues, and his career as a manager, he's won 3 of which at Real Madrid. And you could probably make an argument that his second stint is far more impressive than the first stint. In his first stint, he obviously helped Real Madrid win the Champions League 2014, obviously doing La Decima, and obviously, winning the first Champions League in 12 years. It was a pretty historic big deal back in the day. But I think the second sprint was even more impressive. The fact he was able to win 2 Champions Leagues post CR7, hey, is commendable. Commendable. Like in that span of a short few years, able to win a Champions League with Ronaldo leaving in 2018, and with him winning in 2022, this shows how good he's been as a manager. And to win 2 Champions League in the space of 4 years is pretty difficult. Because remember, he came back in July 2021 and literally is going to leave in like July 2025 or May 2025, say. And it's roughly around 4 years. The fact he's been able to win 2 Champions Leagues and 2 league titles is commendable. Now, you can say all you will about Zidane, and what Zidane did was phenomenal, winning 3 Champions Leagues in a row consistently. But the fact he only, I believe, won 2 league titles is pretty damaging. And I just think that for me, when you have an argument who is the best Real Madrid coach of all time, I personally would give it to Carlo Ancelotti for me because he was able to win 3 Champions Leagues, and while it wasn't back to back, it wasn't as the team wasn't as good as that three-peat team. So you can have your own debate, and we can have a little discussion here in the comments. And I want you guys to let me know in the comments below where do you guys think he ranks in terms of Real Madrid's best coaches in the 21st century? Because for me, I think he's the best coach. He's the best coach. So for Carlo Ancelotti, is this the right decision for him to leave? Absolutely. I think Real Madrid knows that he's done the best he's could in the space of 4 years. And I know Real Madrid fans have been very adamant in saying that, very disrespectful, ungrateful, and saying that, oh, he should be dismissed. Because you know what the thing with Real Madrid fans, I always see this on social media, guys. They're a type of team, like when Real Madrid wins Champions Leagues, oh, he should stay. He should stay, 100%. But then when things are going bad, like, no. You know, it's very extreme, right? And that's the problem with these online Twitter fans is that online fans aren't really a great representation of most of the fans. And I can assure you that most of the fans for Real Madrid should should hold Carlo Ancelotti respectful because what he's been able to do in this short amount of time has been incredible to win 2 Champions Leagues. And I know this season's been bad. Everything, they're not going to win a trophy this season. If you include the Super Cup and obviously the Club Intercontinental Cup. Besides those two, though, they're not going to win La Liga. They've already lost in the Copa del Rey final, and they've got knocked out of the Champions League in quite embarrassing fashion. But I think more of the blame should not be on Carlo Ancelotti because obviously he's had his faults and everything. I think it should go to Paris, you know. And I think Paris should hold most of the responsibility because Carlo Ancelotti, you give him this injured squad. I mean, you look at players like Carvalho's been injured for so long. You got Militao's been injured. Alaba's been injured for so long. And when you have these kind of recurring injuries that have been throughout the season, what more can you ask him to do? I mean, sure, maybe he could have maybe make some tactical decisions and not starting, obviously Vasquez and maybe not starting Ferland Mendy, Fran Garcia, and these kind of players. But everything, but at the same time, though, what options do you have? Like the squad depth is very limited, and very thin. And I think Carlo Ancelotti's done the best he's could. And obviously, you could tell that he's just not as good coaching wise as he was in previous seasons. And I think it is time for Real Madrid to move on. And now, the person they're going to try to get is this guy, Xabi Alonso. Now, I believe Xabi Alonso is a great manager. I mean, we've seen what he's doing at Bayer Leverkusen. Won a Bundesliga title with Bayer Leverkusen, and a span of 2.5 seasons is very impressive. At the same time, though, is it a bit too early to make the jump to Real Madrid? Because we all know Real Madrid is one of the biggest clubs in the world. There's a reason why this club has won 15 Champions Leagues. The expectation and the amount of pressure that's at Real Madrid is not like any other team. And for Xabi Alonso, how much time is Real Madrid going to be willing to give him? You know, because Real Madrid is a club that demands trophies, they demand silverware, they demand success. And at a club like Real Madrid, you're not given time to relax and like okay, I'll give you some luxury time. Now the thing is, he is a former Real Madrid player, Castilla. Madrista, of course, he used to play for Real Madrid, as we know. But I don't know how much they're going to get because we know Real Madrid is a club that is very much not emotional. Like they're very cutthroat. Like they're gonna dismiss you. Like it wouldn't surprise me Real Madrid dismiss him after 6 months. Like if things are going that bad, they're more than willing to do it, right? So I just think that for me, for Xabi Alonso, it'll be interesting to see what he could do at Real Madrid because obviously he's going to be playing his back three, and I would expect him to play with the wing backs. And I'm looking at this Real Madrid team. The center backs is very thin. The wing backs aren't looking great. Xabi Alonso have to be backed heavily this summer if he wants to succeed. Because if you give him this current team right now, I don't think it's going to really be that amazing. Because we see what Xabi Alonso's done amazing at Leverkusen is doing that the three at the back. The three at the backs has been working well 3-4-3, 3-5-2, and it's been working very well. And you also remember, guys, Xabi Alonso likes to use two strikers, you know, and he can be very flexible with his formation. He doesn't have a set formation. He typically plays the back three, of course, but it could be either 3-4-3, 3-5-2, and everything. And also, one thing I've noticed Xabi Alonso's done a lot with Leverkusen is that in those crucial games, he tends to overthink, tends to make things more complicated than it should be. Like, for example, playing no striker up top or benching your important players. So he's kind of got the pep gene in him, and that is something that could be very detrimental at Real Madrid because and those big games, you cannot afford to bench your best players. Like, for example, in El Clasico, you can't afford to bench Mbappe. I mean, we've seen how good Mbappe's been against Barcelona these last couple of games. Even though he's Real Madrid won El Clasico, he's still been probably their best player throughout the El Clasicos. So I just think that for me, it's going to be very interesting to see how this one pans out and everything. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this one pans out because I really do think that this is a good upgrade. I mean, it is an upgrade because I do feel like Real Madrid needs a young voice to command them through because this Real Madrid team is very young. There's a lot of young players in this team, and I think Xabi Alonso could teach these young players and coach these young players and be a player to look up to. But my issue is, does he have the experience and the know-how when things are going tough? Like when things are going bad, is he the guy that can help save Real Madrid? That's what I'm worried about because when you look from an experience point of view, before this Bayer Leverkusen job, he didn't really have that much experience. I mean, he coached the Real Sociedad B team, but you know, he's just coming into as a new manager. And for me, it is kind of similar to when Xabi came to Barcelona. We see how Xabi was great in the first season; it was great and all. Then the second season didn't go so well. Then eventually got sacked. So, are we saying like this is good for the short term and bad for the long term? Because that's the thing. Because remember, guys, long term is also very important too. And I think Real Madrid wants him to be the long term coach, but will he succeed is the bigger question. So, like I said, I have my skepticism. I am very skeptical with this manager upgrade because I just don't know what to expect with Xabi Alonso. I think he's still a quality coach. There's no denying that he is a great coach. I'm not saying he isn't, but is it a bit too soon for him to make that jump to Real Madrid? That is the big question I have for you guys. So. I think that's about it for my takes for this video, guys. So if you guys did enjoy this video, guys, please let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this. Do you guys think it's an upgrade? Do you guys think it's a downgrade? Let me know all that below, guys. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe as well, and become a member of the channel to help to show your support to my channel by exclusive members videos, exclusive member streams, emojis, and all that good stuff. Everything will be in the description below for you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.